The tagline for our next movie is, "It's Woo's world, we're just living in it." If that's the case, I really hope that I get abducted by aliens, because this movie sucks on a gargantuan level. The name is Woo, and please remember it so you don't end up watching this misbegotten would-be romantic comedy if it's ever streaming on Netflix or you see it in discount DVD bin, which is where it deserves to be buried at the very, very bottom. The film follows Woo, a vivacious 30-something living in New York City who is, looking for a boyfriend. Her spiritualist, Celestial, tells her that she's soon going to meet a handsome Vigro that she's going to fall for. So, when a friend of hers, asks her to take his friend out, played by Tommy Davidson, and I can't even remember the character's name because it was so boring, and she agrees when she learns he's a Vigro. Unfortunately, he turns out to be nothing like what she expects. Unlike the vivacious Woo, this guy is nerdy, dim-witted, and the most vanilla individual on the planet. So they head out for a night on the town, and hijinks ensue. Allegedly. This movie sucks. Let's just say it. It's not funny, it's not romantic, and above all, it's just plain boring. I like Jada Pinkett Smith, I really do. She was great in an earlier film called Set It Off with Queen Latifah, where she played a bank robber. But as a sexually vivacious, larger than life woman, I think she's miscast. I mean, because her best qualities are her intelligence and her kind of down to earth, persona, I guess. But I mean, there's even aside from that, there's nothing anyone could do to say this script, which is so dim-witted, that I'm actually surprised that these people could walk upright and actually talk, because they are just so dumb. So, and apart from the lifeless romance between a miscast Jada Pinkett Smith and a boring as hell Tommy Davidson, we get the adventures of Tommy Davidson's friends, who are the most boorish, vile individuals I've seen outside of Seth Rogen movie. And I bring that up because they're meant to parody, macho, male sexual behavior. But the problem is, they, like Seth Rogen's movies, all their jokes and gags come from a place of fear rather than intelligence. So they just come across as misogynist, homophobic, morons. And there's one scene where they're at a drag show and one of them doesn't realize that these are men dressed up like women, and he's just like thrilled that he's getting so much attention. I'm like, dude, really? Are you that dumb? And then there's this subplot with Dave Chappelle and his girlfriend played by Paula J. White, where he asks her to dress up like a chicken as a foreplay for sex. And I'm just thinking, Paula J. White's, an attractive and appealing presence in this movie. She doesn't need to humiliate herself like this. It's not funny. It's not romantic. It's just creepy. And just, it strikes such a wrong note. And all this movie, there's very little in this movie that actually works. And I hated it. So I gave it a 1.5 out of 4.
I think you're being generous with the 1.5, and you're also generous in how long you describe what a plot, which really is not much of a plot. It's just stuff happening. This is like a horrible episode of an early '90s sitcom.
Can you? I know, right?
It's like a bad episode of Martin. And Martin's funny, but it's like the type of where nothing's happening, but people just are out there existing.
Yeah. There's no wit to this movie. There's no intelligence to it. These characters are like plastic,
It's
caricature.
It's insulting. I realized at the time, this is a film directed towards a black audience,
Yeah.
but it is insulting because it's so stupid and
Yes!
unintelligent, and and the only way that it's trying to appeal to them, other than than the black cast, is by using certain phrases,
Yeah.
brothers and sisters, and then and horrible jokes. I mean, one that stood out was Homeboy RD. I mean, someone wrote that, and it wasn't a child. It is so insulting. It is so bad that I knew I was in trouble when you told me I could take your copy to watch it. Okay, and I knew I was in trouble because you did not offer to let me. It is good film, so I knew it was going to be garbage. All right, I'm not done here because I'm going to. Because, and again, I don't know why, I ended up staying up late last night on my Saturday night. 4 minutes of sleep I needed. I could have watched a good movie and watched this film.
I think I know a movie you could and should have watched instead that we're going to talk about later.
Yes. So the few months that we've been doing this show, I think Mike and Davey Wedding Dates has been the worst film until now. And
What?
Yes,
Really?
Yes. Yes, and I couldn't even think of a way to make that movie any worse, but I have now. Had one of their wedding dates been Woo, that film actually been made worse. And please don't get an idea Hollywood. We don't need a sequel to both of them.
Oh my god!
At the same time, her character is so. She's all over the place. I don't even know what she's trying to put out. Like, she's an attractive woman, but
she's a great actress too. But
look, I am not. See, I didn't even want to see this movie, and I know the reason I probably didn't see it back when it came out is because I'm not a fan of hers. In most, in movies like Set It Off, I thought she was passable, and then I've never seen her carry anything or liked it. This is going to be probably one of the meanest things I say about an actor or actress on this show, but I don't think she would even be working that often if her last name now wasn't Smith.
No.
Will Smith.
Oh!
Yeah, I am not a fan of hers. This movie made it even more so not a fan of hers. This movie's horrible. And make sure you were definitely eating this bag. You knew you didn't have to worry about it if you didn't. And I have to call out Andy Seiler from USA Today. I think it says hilarious.
I know. I was
Wherever
wondering
you
that
are,
too.
Andy, I don't know how much you got paid. Or whatever.
Yeah, and USA Today usually does really good news.
But
It's like,
yeah,
God.
really, that's a shame. I would be forever
Yes.
embarrassed by that. Wow, Woo.
So what would you give it?
Half a star for existing.
Thank you.
One scene. I can't think of one thing that worked in this film. It exists, so it has to get something. Half a star. The worst film I've seen
It's in focus, and
in a long time.
but that's the best thing I can say about this movie is that it's in focus.
You know a film is bad, and I looked it up. When the director, after they make a film this bad, they are no longer allowed to make films anymore. I think she might have had one more, and it's all TV work after that. No one else is going to.
She made The Guru with Jimmy Meestry.
That's the only other film. And after that, it's all TV credits. It's all TV credits. And it's because no one was going to let her be in charge of making another film. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is just a terrible, 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 awful movie.
Awful.
Awful.